Welcome to another episode of Community Focus on Cavan Online and Community Radio. On today's show, Clann Credo and the new €25 million Community Leader Fund, which was launched in the Virginia Show Centre on the 6th of February, talking about a €25 million fund helping your community group to project maximise leader grants with bridging and match funding. They've provided over $35 million to 319 leader projects, creating, sustaining and supporting over 3,000 jobs. We'll be hearing more about that later and some of the groups that have benefited from it. We'll also be talking about Frolics, a Ballyjamesduff group, and we'll be talking about Bounce Back, likewise a group that's active in the Ballyjamesduff area that's just newly been set up. We'll also be talking about basic life support training that's coming up in the Cavan town area, and it's free training, and an environment workshop that's happening quite soon in Cavan town for all you environment groups and environment heads out there. So join us for all this on Cavan Community Focus, your public participation broadcast on Cavan Online and Community Radio. With your host, Daniel Downey. Welcome to the show, folks, and just a word of mention that this is Cavan Community Focus, which is a community focus program brought to you by the Cavan Public Participation Network. What do? We do training, we do networking, and we do representation for all community groups in the area. So if you're a community group and you want to have some free training, you want to represent yourselves, or if you want to network with other community groups and find out what they're doing, do get in contact with us at www.cavancommunity.ie, or you can call us on 086 3512 308. Or hell, call in and have a cup of tea with us here in our offices in Cana House, just behind St. Phelim's School on Farnham Street in Cavan town. Do get in touch with us though, because it's a great benefit to community groups out there everywhere in County Cavan. So first on the agenda today, we're talking about the Environment Workshop that's happening on February 15th. That's this February 15th. That's a Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. What are they talking about? They're talking about setting up a new Sustainable Economics Community. That's an SEC. That's more acronyms for everybody out there. And what does that mean? What really does that mean? That means bring together all the environment groups and lobbying for funding, for change, and to try and get a cohesive, a collaborative, and a real cooperative environmental body together for the county. And this is supported by the Sustainable Energy Authority of Ireland and Public Participation Network in your local area. So there will be some funding behind it, there will be some action and some teeth behind some of these projects. We are hearing that in the last few years, we heard earlier from Owen Doyle of Cavan County Council, in the last few years that funding has been fallow, it's been quite barren in the last few years. But we're coming into a far more active and rich time for community groups in Cavan and other counties in Ireland, and we need to start taking advantage of that. To do that, you need to start organising, and this meeting will be the organising potential for the environment groups of the county. So if you're a member of an environment group, or if you're an environmental person, you want to get involved with local groups, come along to this meeting and we'll be talking about some of the very, very, very interesting and exciting environmental initiatives for the year ahead. That's 7:30. That's a Wednesday. That's on the 15th of February, 7:30 p.m. If you want to book a place, or if you just want to pop along, give us a shout on 086 3512 308. Looking forward to seeing you there on the night. Next up, we're talking about basic life support training. That's BLS training for the Cavan Monaghan area, and that's happening over the space of a few months. But it's free training provided by health professionals out of the HSC, very generously for community members. So if you're interested in getting the basic life support training, do get involved on these 3 dates: Saturday, February 25th, Saturday, May 20th, Saturday, June 10th. It's a kind of a half-day, full-day kind of training. It's from 10 to 12:30 and 2 to 4:30 in the Cavan Chamber, which is located in the courthouse upstairs on Farnham Street in County Cavan. If you want to get involved, do contact Denise at denisem den.o'reilly@hse.ie. I will spell that out for you. DENISEM.OREILLY@hse.ie. And you can check them out on Facebook on their capital B, capital L, capital S, Cavan Monaghan page. So that is basic life training. That's a support training for basic life support. And that is Saturday, February 25th, or Saturday, May 20th, or Saturday, June 10th in Cavan Chamber, 10 to 12:30, 2 to 4:30. So it's a very worthwhile course, very worthwhile to do. Do get involved, and you never know, the skills you pick up may save a life. Ballyjamesduff Musical Society proudly presents Hall of Fame Frolics in St. Joseph's Hall, Ballyjamesduff. Wednesday the 1st, Thursday the 2nd, and Friday the 3rd, Sunday the 5th of March. Matinee shows Thursday the 9th, Friday the 10th, and Saturday the 11th of March 2017. It's going to be fun, it's going to be fantastic, it's going to be brilliant. It's a sparkling review of music, comedy and dance. And do try and get in. On the curtain nightly at 8:15 p.m. sharp. There's a matinee show on Sunday the 5th at 5 p.m. and it's comedy, dance and music. Admission is adults €16. Children's rate is €10 for Wednesdays and Sundays only. And the booking office will open on Monday the 30th of February, and phone the booking office on 049 855 1000. So that is Ballyjamesduff Musical Society Hall of Fame Frolics in St. Joseph's Hall. Those dates again are Wednesday the 1st, Thursday the 2nd, Friday the 3rd, Sunday the 5th, matinee show, Thursday the 9th, Friday the 10th, Saturday the 11th of March 2017. And to book, it costs €16 per adult, €10 for children, and it's 049 855 1000. That's 049 855 1000 for a unique, sparkling review of music, comedy and dance. Bounce Back is a new community group active in County Cavan. The Bounce Back Youth Group service is a new service aimed at young people in the areas of Ballyjamesduff, Virginia and Ballyburn within the age bracket of 10 to 24 years of age. As you're a valuable stakeholder in this service, they want to provide you with full details of the Bounce Back that they have to offer. What exactly is Bounce Back? Well, it is a group which activates with those kids. It's youth service and everything they have to offer. There's two elements to the service, one being Rural Resilience Project and the other one is a detached youth work element. Benefits include better mental health through increased psychological resilience, building strong, healthy families who can cope with challenges, solve problems and raise happy, resilient children. Better relationships through increased social support, keeping young people safe and connected with their families and community. More stable, secure and engaged through increasing children and young people's ability to manage their behaviour and emotions effectively. As said earlier, it's two aspects. One is Rural Resilience, the other one is Detached Youth Project. The Rural Resilience is basically it's a bounce back youth service offered by Rural Resilience Project that reaches out to young people who are isolated in rural communities of southeast Cavan. It's a confidential service that's available to anyone between the ages of 10 to 18 years of age. Through strength-based assessment, it's looking at the young person's life and support worker, and the young person will be able to create an individualised programme together, focusing on goals and outcomes to be achieved and agreeing to the steps of success. The support worker will engage weekly with the young person and work in partnership with the families in achieving their individual goals. The young person can then be supported to engage with the step-down service offered by Youth Work Ireland through their youth cafes and other specified programmes. The detached youth work element of this service will be carried out by staff members of Youth Work Ireland by being present on the streets of Ballyjamesduff, Virginia and Ballyburn on key nights when they know the more at-risk young people are hanging around the streets and possibly engaging in antisocial behaviour. What is detached youth work? Well, it's a distinct form of youth work. It uses principles and practices of informal education and engage with young people in constructive dialogue within a broad agenda of personal and social development. It seeks to work on and from young people's territory, meaning detached youth workers work where young people have chosen to be, whether this is on the streets, cafes, shopping centres, etc. Well, what does that mean? What do they do? Well, the detached youth workers will engage with the young people on the streets and develop relationships with those young people they provide confidential service, information and support on any of the following: homelessness, education, employment, training, sexual health, drugs and alcohol misuse, including information on drugs and the law, crime diversion, including antisocial behaviour and its consequences, and counselling and dealing with issues such as stress and depression. To access or volunteer with Bounce Back, get in contact with them. Bounce Back services are located in the Cavan ETB Adult and Community Education Centre, Virginia Road, Ballyjamesduff, County Cavan. You can email them on the following emails: cyril@ywicavan.ie, sharon@ywicavan.ie, michelle.green@ispcc.ie, and Yvonne Lowry@ispcc.ie. Very worthwhile service. Do get involved and do try and support it.
I think what we bring to the project is, I suppose, a knowledge. I mean, we have been around for 20 years. We have supported over 800 groups all around the country. And our social finance executives, when they go out to meet with the projects, they can tell them about what happened in Donegal, what happened in Donecarney, and put them in touch with other people and create that loose networking that people really need, so they can learn from our staff but also learn from others that have done the same thing elsewhere.
And finally, on today's Community Focus, we're talking about Clann Credo, who this morning on 6th of February and the Virginia Show Centre, which is a beautiful show centre, folks, you have to pop in there. It's such a community asset for the county. Anyway, in the Virginia Show Centre, it was launched the 25 million Community Leader Loan Fund. Basically, this sets out to provide 25 million euros in funds to help the community projects maximise leader grants with bridging and match funding. And Clann Credo provided over 34 million to 319 leader projects, creating, sustaining and supporting almost 3,000 jobs in their career. And they are an absolutely fantastic, fantastic resource. I do encourage anyone out there, any group out there who is even considering leader funding, to definitely have a look at these folks. But I'll tell you what, let's go over and have a little listen to some of the community groups who have worked with Clann Credo and see what they think of Clann Credo's contributions to community.
Hug Tourism as a community organisation is hugely empowered by the facility and support that is offered by Clann Credo.
You know, it is very important for us to know that they are there and that we can go back there.
With Clann Credo, the project officers actually come out on the ground, visit, help you with your project.
The experience with Clann Credo has been nothing but positive.
They were great help to us, because otherwise we wouldn't have managed. We didn't have that sort of money behind us ourselves. Living on an island in the wintertime can be quiet and it can be lonely, and a lot of the services we mightn't have on the mainland, we wouldn't have them here. So I suppose one of the aims of our committee with the Unneth Pobble here is to provide services that wouldn't be available. We provide meals on wheels for the older people, and we're also developing kayaking and sailing here on the island. Apart from that, we have the College of Saudi here every summer. There's about 320 students here present from all parts of the country. We have a gym as well.
Massive difference. I started working out here in 2011 and I wasn't really that fit, and I started on the treadmill and progressed slowly, and then last year I ran 3 marathons and I ran 1 marathon this year. It just shows you what can be done when you have facilities on the island, and we didn't have that going back 5-6 years ago.
So we had a big list of work to do there in the hall, and we just didn't have any money. So we went to Clann Credo, and Clann Credo came up trumps and gave us the bridge and finance, and hence we've got a fine hall there today that would pass any standards. It's of very high quality.
Oh, we would find them very, very supportive, and at all times, as I say, every time we went to them, it was always a case of, yes, we will help you out.
Here at Acre, we have a diverse range of activities. We have, as you can see, polytunnels and gardens which are dedicated to horticulture. We have a summer camp that's arts and crafts. We have the Jot of Gods that are here every week on music therapy sessions. They're just examples of what's going on here on a continuous basis.
Well, I think it's a beautiful facility. I mean, the Craft Corner, we come here for the after-school classes in the winter time, we do the summer camps here, and every time I get a new parent coming, it's amazing because they drive up and the first thing they say is, wow,